Greetings, I'm Kathy Green with Christian News and Interviews. In the United States, we complain a lot, but if we really would take the time to look at how other people in other countries are living, I think we would complain a lot less, especially women. Afghanistan is going through a lot right now. And when I looked at how quickly the Taliban took over the country, I realized there comes a point at which the people have to learn to fight for themselves. It's unrealistic to think that the United States can change an entire culture. And so, if the people want change, it has to be the people bringing about the change. It can't be outsiders, such as Americans, making a change in someone else's country. Taliban took over like that and received pretty much no resistance. So, what do you expect? The United States has its own issues. So, I'm happy that we're pulling out of Afghanistan. There is nothing we can do to change somebody else's culture. And quite frankly, it's not our place to change their culture. I am, however, concerned about the women there. Check this out. Fear is mounting for women and girls in Afghanistan after the Taliban told working women to stay home, admitting that they were not safe in the presence of the military group's soldiers. Taliban spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid said at a news conference on Tuesday that women should not go to work for their own safety, undermining the group's efforts to convince international observers that the group would be more tolerant towards women than when they were last in power. The instruction came the same day that the World Bank halted funding in Afghanistan, citing concerns about the safety of women, and within hours of the United Nations calling for transparent and prompt investigation into reports of human rights abuses since the Taliban takeover. Mujahid said the guidance to stay at home would be temporary and would allow the group to find ways to ensure that women are not treated in a disrespectful way or, God forbid, hurt. He admitted the measure was necessary because the Taliban soldiers keep changing and are not trained. We're happy for them to enter the buildings, but we want to make sure they do not face any worries, he said. Therefore, we have asked them to take time off from work until the situation gets back to a normal order and women related procedures are in place. Then they can return to their jobs. When last in power between 1996 and 2001, the militant group banned women from the workplace, stopped them from leaving the home unaccompanied, and forced them to cover their entire bodies. I'm going to stop there and post the article below, but my heart aches for those poor women. I'm going to show you from my iPad a picture of how these women in extreme heat are forced to walk around. It could be 100 degrees outside, and that's how they walk. They're forced to cover from head to toe. And their own people are admitting that the men there don't know how to treat women. So all I can say is if you have a neighbor and your neighbors are behaving in a way that is inappropriate or that you don't like, ultimately there's nothing you can do about your neighbor's business. And the same is true of the Taliban in Afghanistan. We may not like what they're going through over there, but there's really nothing we can do about it. Proof is that we were there and nothing has changed. So my heart goes out to the women, but if their men won't stand up and fight, then I don't think that our military women should go over there and fight the battles that their own men need to be fighting.